My father would tell me stories. In the heart of the mountains lived a mystical race who desired only peace. I can hear him now. These mystics, he said, they valued life and used gold only for their mausoleums. All creatures were accepted among them, except the men who were born to stay away, bellicose and greedy.
Let me guess, they went anyway.
Aye, being bellicose they did. And being greedy, they went after the gold. Their mausoleums desecrated, the mystics cursed the humans, and hid themselves away. They remind me of Ceridian. God rest her.
Come, let me show you the way.
Fair is foul and foul is fair. There's a lot of fog down there.
Follow my lead. Sharpen up!
These remains call for a ritual and a lot of caution. Reveal yourself!
I'm right here, you know. Oh, they do look annoying. You'll get it next time.
More friends. Bastard.
Try to find a way across.
I'm on it.
No more friends.
Ask for help if you need it.
The mountains must be rich in ore. Looks a bit rickety.
It's built for a team. One man alone should be fine. Should be.
Won't budge.
A tangle of rope work blocks it up. You can't climb, but I can get us up there. I can help you cross. Shall we? Not a pleasant way to die.
Was a pleasant way to die, is it?
Almost there. The lift should be freed now.
These beams look fragile. Will they hold?
Would you rather climb?
If it were up to me, I wouldn't be here to begin with. Snow? Have we climbed higher or has the weather gotten colder?
The nightmare is at work. She's likely using the weather in New Eden to further isolate its people.
Then once the curse is lifted, the snow will disappear.
I think so.
Move yourself! Look to me.
Did you hear that?
Yes. Nearby.
Lost, won't you? Oh, shite. those things.
Wasn't your first, won't be your last.
Aye, thank you. I feel a draft.
From the invisible. You've excelled of late, and you haven't crowed about it once.
Had your doubts, did you?
Don't get cocky. There's always more to learn. Key thing about a scourge?
A scourge builds itself a body.
Right. A scourge will always build a new physical body. Very good. Top marks. Want another? On the nature of a ghost, perhaps?
Ghosts of unfinished business. And apparently that includes asking questions.
You have confidence, I'll give you that.
Do you hear that?
Over here.
Did you see that?
Let's follow it. Hogging all the fun. Up there. This could be a good spot to cross.
Oh, shelter with a damp and itchy straw bed. Just how I like it.
Who there? Wait.
Please, I am lost without you. Why leave me like this?
Standing by.
Here you are. Good day. My name is Rebecca Hardgrave. How may I help you?
Are you the one who's attracting the wolves?
Wolves? What wolves? Who are you exactly?
I'm Antea Duarte. This is Red McWraith. We're Banishers. Do you know what that means?
Banishers? That means... you can speak to the living on behalf of the dead.
That's part of it, yes. Why, do you have someone in mind?
Ferdinando Miller. My Fardy. Death parted us, but my love is strong. I came back for him. I love him so. But not once has he come to see me. I must know why.
There's no delicate way to ask this, I'm afraid. How did you die?
We left civilization in New Eden Town for the cold desert of Fort Jericho. The path was steep and rough, and we were greatly burdened. It was hell, but we walked through it together. As we walked, I fell into a daze. I remember little after that. A pain that grew, a great, uncontrollable tremor. Fatigue, a deathly fatigue. Fardy was at my side as ever. He held my hand, bade me sleep. When I opened my eyes, I was here, alone.
How did you meet him?
'Twas market day. I'll never forget it. It was rich, exotic, an abundance of treasures from across the known world. I saw him through the crowd. Our eyes met. I didn't know it then, but I was meeting the love of my life. I could not admit it to myself, not at first, but I had to have him. And in the end, I did.
New Eden's a big place. Where can we find him?
We were on our way to Fort Jericho. We were to open a store together. It was to be a new beginning for us both. Together. Yet he's there, alone.
I'm sure he's very unhappy there, alone, without you.
Oh, he is. At first I was able to visit him. In the quiet, as he'd slept. I'd watch over him. But now, something hinders me. I cannot reach him. I must know that he is well.
We have to go now.
Find him, please. I can help.
What are you thinking?
It's more of a feeling. Something's wrong.
She said he never visited. Why? Was it too painful? Or is it something else? A peaceful place. In different times.
Before the nightmare's influence, you mean?
Let's reach the fort and a fire and warm you up.
Who's that?
Yes, something's here. Trouble ahead. Spectres are attacking the fort.
Seek no ground! Hold fire! That fellow's not dead! Who is that? Shepherd, I said hold your fire!
I think I heard the sound of a gun cocking.
Piss off! I feel like a bloody target practice.
Hold there! None in, none out. Not living nor dead.
Name's Red McCraith. I'm obviously a banisher. Open the door there. I've business within.
Your business is, if you'll excuse my articulating the evident, not my business. I have my orders. You can't come in.
I hear you, friend. What's your name?
Name's Andrew White, and you seem a pleasant fellow. I like a Scot, me, but standing here, I'm on duty. And when I'm on duty, I'm not your friend. Listen, mate, folk in here have problems enough, and I can't be disobeying orders. Either priests or Pennington would have my guts, and I fancy neither.
Bennington knows me. He'll know I can help.
I'm sure he does. but put one dead man down, and 3 come back next day. Round here, sweet victory fast turns bitter. Bottom line is, the captain is indisposed, and I'll not add your complications to the pile. Now, you want to lend a hand? Mrs. Priest and her party are overdue. You can't miss the outpost, it looks out across the valley. If you could find her, and make sure she doesn't die, you'd surely gain her favor. And favor, as they say, opens doors.
Get in a fight and find your boss and dig her out of whatever hole she's in. All right. I can do that.
They have Spectre troubles. Let's first clear the nearby nest to relieve the fort, then deal with the missing.
Right. I'll likely be back.
Find our friends, Banisher. Or put them to rest.
I'll try. Soon as I take care of the Spectre's nest, I'll go looking for the outpost.
Come on, you bastards.
Death knocks at their
Come
gates.
play with
No
Daddy.
wonder they won't open.
They don't have a choice. Another attack may overrun them.
The nest might be near. There's a trail to follow in the snow. More coming.
Come and get your breakfast, boys.
Ask for help if you need it. You shouldn't stay in there.
Spectres. The fort will run out of powder.
These pests don't spring from nowhere.
There's more of them.
That's it. That's the place. Fill in the hole. Bury them all.
That should buy the fort a little time.
Let's hope it's not too late for the famous Mrs. Priest.
Stuck.
Looks like you're walking.
Looks like.
I wonder how many there are in the fort.
Fewer by the day, I'll wager. Still, better to be inside than out.
Reinforcements!
The mountain is awash with specters.
Did the foraging party really come this way?
That would explain why they haven't returned.
Did you feel that?
It's close.
Something's concealed.
survivor. Come.
This one's not been dead long.
Let's hope he stays that way. Now this place looks like the drawings on the map. Looks like they were taken by surprise.
Think you could take on a ghost? This isn't over yet.
Hurry! She's being overrun! Come on!
Efficient cannon powder.
Go back to the hole whence you crawled. Sebastian! I don't know how long I can keep this up. This is not how I die! My bolt is shot!
Behind you!
They never learn, do they? Watch out! Spectre possession.
Piss off! Marcin left! Are you sure you're not hurt?
I'm fine. Stop pushing.
A timely arrival. You'll be Haskell's Banishers. Thank you. Thank you both.
You can see me.
Clear as day, just as I can see. This is my husband. I am Helen Priest.
Antea Duarte. This is my partner, Red McGrath.
It is rare that the living can see the lingering dead.
All I know is one day I woke after 7 long years of grief, and my Sebastian was back. It was as if my prayers had at last been answered. That was enough for me.
In times of danger, I am duty-bound to protect the woman I love. You understand?
7 years. Why come back now?
It did not feel like 7 years. Suddenly, I felt her pain calling to me.
Divine intervention or otherwise, all that matters is that my dear Sebastian is back. Now, when I need him most.
Andrew White sent us. He thought you might be in trouble. Plainly, you needed your guardian angel.
We needed more than one. Thanks to you, we'll resupply the camp. Matthews and Williams did not die in vain.
This was a risky expedition. But Helen had no choice. If the survivors were to rely on Pennington alone, the fort would have already fallen.
I suspect that's so. Sometimes difficult choices must be made. That's courage.
All the courage in the world will be worthless if those in command won't match it.
Pennington did this while monsters relentless besieged the fort. But make no mistake, these men's deaths are on the captain's conscience. If he has one.
How so?
7 years ago, a plague came to New Eden. Pennington quarantined the sick in the mines, walled them up. They were dark times. Hard times. None knew what the morrow would bring. We all lost much. Too much. As second in command, Sebastian volunteered to stay. Walled in with the others, he held out the longest. He died a hero. And now the Forsaken are rising. They demand revenge.
Who would blame them? I watched them die. Soldiers and miners, sick and hungry, begging for help they knew would never come.
Captain Pennington has much blood on his hands.
I'm sorry. You've been through a lot.
We have. We are, and will persist till we prevail.
We should get back to the fort. We will escort you.
I'm afraid I locked us in when I broke the latch.
If there's a way out, we'll find it.
A sight to behold.
Wasn't I always?
Impressive. You Banishers are quite something.
That's all her. I'm just the help.
A Banisher marched with my father's infantry. Good for morale, he said.
Soldiers usually carry their ghosts with them. War is good for our business.
I take it that's how you met. I know a soldier when I see him fight.
I never worked for the army, but something like that.
We'll come back for you, my friend.
My sympathies.
this for 2 miserable powder boxes. How low has Pennington brought us?
If you didn't like him, why did you follow him?
I followed his reputation, but he's no longer the same man.
What would you do in his place?
I'm doing it. He sits behind his walls waiting for them to fall, and I'm out here fighting to live. We're fighting for our lives. The captain is in the way.
These internal conflicts are a risk for the stability of the fort.
A necessary risk for the survival of all. But I agree. This must end. You may leave the crates. I'll send someone back for them.
Yeah, the path should be quiet. We cleared the area of the Spectre's nest.
That's a relief. Follow me. White! Open the gates!
Priest? What are you lot waiting for? Open the gates!
Go talk to Pennington. Make him understand, if you can.
Where can I find him?
He hides in his office. You'll find him there.
Where are the others? Williams and the other chap?
Matthews. We were ambushed. They fell.
May God have mercy on their souls.
There's ammo in the elevator. Send Shepard and Abbott to bring it back.
Captain Pennington.
No time, no way out. No hope, no way in. No time at all.
Captain Pennington, sir.
Mr. McWraith, you live.
There's work to be done.
Work? You had work. A mission. To bring one last glimmer of hope. To gladden our hearts before the pit takes us all.
You secretive bastards haven't helped.
The job is done. There's no more hope and little enough time. All that remains is the pit. Welcome to the last stand, McWraith. Welcome to the end.
I wouldn't surrender just yet, Captain. I found Helen Priest. We brought supplies.
A waste of effort on both accounts.
Hardly. We saved a life. Resupplied, you may save more.
For the sake of what? For the sake of days, a week perhaps? You've saved no one. You've prolonged the terror. The dead will come. Our throats will feel their bony fingers soon enough. The end is inevitable.
It is if you will not act. You're the officer, take command. Surely you can't intend to do nothing.
You sound like Priest. She has changed. Her return to Fort Jericho has made her impulsive, irrational, quarrelsome. I believe she did not fully grieve her husband's loss.
Returning to the scene has, it seems, reopened the wound. It festers. She'll join the lieutenant soon enough. When our defences crumble at the last, the pit shall take us all.
Fair to say your tactical retreat from New Eden Town has not served you.
The town was doomed to fall to the curse. We disagreed on everything. There was nothing left to do but leave. We did not know there'd be no escape. Millsmith gathered the board and the governor let the affair flock to him. We never agreed on anything in the first place.
The new Smiths are holed up in the woods, planning soon to leave for Boston.
They may leave for Boston, but the curse will follow. The curse will follow until their backs are against the wall.
The governor is no more. His son takes charge. They rebuild as best they can.
Little Lammy Haskell? Truly? Well, better him than his father. May the vacuous peacock rest in peace.
How do things stand, Captain, as you see them?
Little has changed. The dead flood from the mines. We shoot them down and gain respite. Soon, the onslaught begins anew. The clock of our extinction ticks on towards the hour. We may no more defeat the dead than we may vanquish the ocean waves.
Folk have little enough hope, and you're leading them further into the darkness.
I've heard the whispers, the murmurs, the plotting from the shadows. We hold till the last. We resist, till retribution rises from the pit and drags us all to hell.
Well, that's something worth waiting for.
I fail to see the appeal of this slow agony.
How unfortunate. Because thanks to you, and the time you bought us, the agony will be all the slower.
Permission to take my leave, Captain.
And if I refuse it?
Are you trying to recruit me, Captain? Do you really think I'd take the King's shilling?
If I were to offer enough shillings, I'm sure of it. I need no new lieutenants. But if you wish, you may stay. This key unlocks the unused watchtower. You'll bill it while you're here.
On the one hand, a captain beaten by the world. On the other, his rival, haunted and mutinous.
In a fort besieged by vengeful spectres.
Helen worries me. Sebastian's return has lit a fuse. Could be worse. Could be underground.
Banishers, may I have a word?
Helen, something wrong?
Apologies for disturbing your rest. I'm afraid it can't wait. What did you think of the captain?
I saw an officer alone. A proud man turned to stone, perhaps by years of war. I saw a broken man.
I did not see the tyrant you described.
Inaction is tyranny. He will not act, but nor will he get the hell out of the way.
I do not disagree, but the captain needs help.
I too was a soldier, broken and haunted. With Anthea's help, I recovered. Pennington may need the same.
Leave Pennington to me. The good folk of the fort need your help. You are Banishers. The dead, you'll have noticed, hammer at the gates. I would like you to go into the mines and find out what enrages them so. I would like you to do what the captain will not.
And while we deal with the hordes of angry spectres, what shall you be doing?
When the mines are purged, I'll oust Pennington.
How goes it with Sebastian?
I'm not sure. I had never let go of my grief. I was bereft, empty. His absence gave me substance. I clung to it. Useless, really. My husband died in the dark with nothing but my handkerchief to soothe his last moments. And now, he's back. If each worthwhile thing in life is to be lived, and then when it is gone, to be grieved, then what now? I have to believe our love is enough.
Love is hard work. We are bound to grieve all the different versions of ourselves. And theirs.
I try to hold him and cannot. It taunts me. It was almost easier when he was gone.
All things are fleeting. Gaze upon the ghost you love and you can't deny it, bitter though the thought may be.
Yes, 'tis a blessing and a curse, yet against all reason, we persist. Let us make the most of time remaining.
Is it your belief that Pennington's quarantine lies at the heart of the problem here? That this is why the dead rage so?
What else? He walled them in. Miners, nurses, soldiers, the healthy or the sick, he buried them all. And then he lied about it. I'll brook his callous cowardice no more.
Where do we go?
There is a second tunnel into the mines. The entryway was walled shut during the quarantine. Getting there will not be easy, but the barricade should fall without too much difficulty. After that, who knows?
Underground again. Wonderful.
If it soothes you, I too am taking a significant risk. The captain has a penchant for locking people up and leaving them to rot. Some years ago in New Eden town, the captain locked up an innocent woman. A fate I wish to avoid.
Pennington the jailer. Do you speak of Deborah? What did he do?
I was away from New Eden town at the time. Rumours said she was a witch, I later heard. And so too did the captain. The court agreed. Who knows what urges drove the captain then? He is a secretive man, and always has been.
We should go.
Then it's agreed. When you're ready, you'll investigate the mines. Take the hoist to the waterfall, near the outpost you first found me. From there, it is not far to the tunnel. Keep your wits and all your luck about you.
An innocent woman jailed.
Strange. The captain doesn't strike me as a petty tyrant.
Helen is right. The truth lies down there, somewhere. I suspect Deborah is at it again.
How often, Abigail, must we have this fight? How often must we argue?
We shall argue until you hear me.
I hear you all too well. I hear a hoggish harridan, a narrow nag, a selfish shrew.
One of these days, I shall poison your soup.
And the day before, I'll take you to the highest cliff and push you off it.
I mean,
Store.
as wolf pelts go, it's British. But I've more than enough of them. Folk in Boston are not short of wolf pelt. What do I do with this?
You're a merchant. Sell it.
I'd sell sunshine to the Spanish, but that is not the problem. We've more than enough wolf. Bring me a bear, and we'll talk.
A bear?
I could get 20 pieces of 8 for a bear pelt, if it were in good condition. I'll pay you half that.
Half of 40 is 20. I'm the one risking my life out there. I'll take the 20.
It's a fabulous plan, and I'm so pleased you thought of it.
An excellent plan indeed. I see only one problem. There is no bear. Not out here. They're all gone. Gone to Boston, perhaps, to sell their pelts.
Well then, when they return, they shall be naked and rich, and I shall sell them wolf. Good day, sir. Nathaniel Sather, at your service. What can I do for you?
Mr. Sather remains to be seen. Red McCraith, by the way. The Banisher. You seem a chatty fella.
We see precious few new faces around here. You'll forgive me if I use you for fresh conversation.
Tell me about yourself. Share your business. Tell me what's important to you.
I'm from Boston. I love it very much. So much more lively. A fine mix of conviviality and anonymity. I miss that life. The music, the colour and the splendour, the dance of commerce. The flower sellers' forget-me-nots. Oh, the forget-me-nots. I very much wish to go home.
What are you doing here then?
I'm the shop boy. When the store moves, I move with it. Old man Ingersoll opened up a general store in Boston back in '78. Then he married Bathsheba. I came with them to New Eden intending to quickly return, but Mr. Ingersoll died. I extended my stay. It took me on when I was just a boy. I've no family. All I have is my Thomas, my closest friend.
I must go.
And I think...
Nurse Wings, one of those. Andrew White.
No Ferdinando here.
Oh, must remember to set lead inside with the captain.
You're new. From where have you sprung?
Name's Red McCraith, a Banisher, come from across the deep blue sea.
You look a landlubber to me. You should feel right at home. John Rumble.
Are you a married man, John?
Aye, to Abigail. I count myself lucky. Are you married yourself, Mr. McCraith?
Marriage wasn't for us. But I suppose you could have called us man and wife.
No, you could not.
Marriage is a union conceived by men. Men are fallible.
Aye. Our feelings exactly. We were happy. Why ruin it and live to regret it?
Regret? Oh, I've no regrets. She's a fine woman, my wife. Finer than likes of me deserves. I'll not say a word against her. Not a word, sir.
May you prosper in good health, John.
He that does good.
The shop be here?
Knock and find out.
Closed. Are we in the right place?
Try next door.
Anyone home? No one.
Papers in Miller's name. We're in the right place.
Keep looking. He's making protective amulets.
He's making useless trinkets.
And he works hard to keep it away.
What is he afraid of? What don't we know? Let's search the store.
Stock to trade. He hasn't unpacked it.
Maybe he intends to move on. And who could blame him? Surprisingly high-quality wares.
Can't be many left in New Eden with the means to buy. He's doing surprisingly well for himself.
Where did he get the inventory?
Rebecca's will. She was rich. She left him. And a lot.
That's where he got the inventory.
No. The list matches his sales record.
Touch my money and I'll drop you. What are you doing here? Thieving, no doubt.
I'm no thief, Mr. Miller. I'm the Banisher. I brought Helen Priest back to the fort.
A banisher? Thieves lie. How do you know my name?
'Tis my business to know. Red McCraith.
If you are a banisher of ghosts, I have business for you. I'll pay.
I spoke to Rebecca. 'Tis she who haunts you. She sent me to find you. She worries for you. Says she loves you.
The English have a word for that. Hogshite.
Was she lying? You inherited her estate.
Whichever. It matters not. You're a banisher. It is your job to get rid of her. Can you not just do your work?
Easy, Mr. Miller. Now, I'll need to examine Rebecca's belongings.
I sold them. All of them.
You did? To who?
I don't know. People. I wrote it down. In the register. Read it, if you wish.
2 recent sales to the blacksmith and to Ingersoll's store.
You've put quite the effort into protecting your home, haven't you?
You poked about my house without my say-so.
I know my business. So out of generosity, here's the truth. None of it works. Not the wreath, not the amulet, none of it works. Pretty though.
His brooch is working.
It works. She hasn't come back. I can sleep now. I hear her calling, whispering my name. I wait to find her at my bedside. Our eyes meet. She stares. She won't leave me alone. She's an Akishi, a demon. Banish her. I'll pay you.
I need a job. I accept. Farewell to you, Mr. Miller, sir.
You know where to find me. If you're buying, I'm selling.
He'd sold it all. Everything she'd owned. And fast.
Why the hurry?
If we track her things down, perhaps they'll tell us.
A note?
Let's see.
Ferdinando was a slave. She was his owner.
He wants a clean slate. Tabula rasa. We know where to go. The barrack room.
Pretty. The work, I mean.
We know where to go. The barrack room. A strong memory clings to this place. The quill resonates. An echo, perhaps.
I only recognize my name in the list.
Distant family, but I can't disinherit them.
I would never ask you that. To have met you is already more than I ever expected. If I was to lose you, God forbids, I'd cherish all that reminds me of you.
There. If you were to lose me, all that I own would now be yours.
He claimed not to love her. Why lie?
Maybe he did once, and now he doesn't.
Let's see what he has to say about it.
Banisher?
Rebecca was in love with you. The feeling was not mutual. True?
I was her pet. A dog nuzzling its master, hoping she might loosen its leash. She loved me, she said. I allowed her to think I loved her back. I sat up and begged and let her pet me. I was a very good boy.
You gulled her, then took advantage.
To a slave, a crumb of freedom tastes like a loaf. You'd have done no different, and I'd do the same again.
When you faked your feelings for Mistress Argrave, you gained much more than freedom. Rebecca made you rich.
As she lay dying, Rebecca Hardgrave gave me my freedom. Before that, I was her slave.
How very romantic.
If it weren't for the captain, the good people of New Eden would have let me die too. Enough chitter-chatter. Perhaps you should get back to work. What am I paying you for?
You're paying for this. This is the work. But I get the feeling it's the result that interests you, not the method. You want me to finish the job, then the story must be told. The ghost must manifest.
I do not like this idea. This idea can shit itself 6 times by sundown.
Come on, break the brooch, and let's get it over with.
No choice remains. Let it be done. And I'll be done with it!
You're here at last!
Step no closer!
I don't understand. Are you not glad to see me?
Now, Banisher! End this!
Not now. You need to hear the truth, both of you. That reminds me. Rebecca, you omitted to tell us that Ferdinando was your slave. That you owned him.
I loved him.
I was a slave! I was not free to leave. What kind of love is that?
What are you saying? We loved each other.
Love? No. I told my master what she wanted to hear. I gulled her with a lie. I thought you a fool. But no, you believed me because you wanted to. Yet you didn't believe me, did you? Not entirely. That's why you never freed me.
I loved you, and you loved me. It was but a piece of paper. A piece of paper and a guarantee. I needed a guarantee.
You don't know what love is. You know only fear. You feared being undesired, being unnoticed, being alone.
True love requires you to let go.
Time to give this love story an ending.
Rebecca Hardgrave. Your love for Fadi Miller is sincere but unwanted. You're hurting him. Let him go.
Is it wrong to wish to spend your life with the man you love?
You did spend your life with him. Now your life is over.
He was mine. I wanted to keep him. Was I wrong?
You don't own him. You can't own him.
Let go. Find peace.
Peace? She gets peace? After all she did?
I get peace, but you get your freedom. I was wrong. I'm sorry, Fadi. For everything.
You have been here.
She deserves no peace. She put me through hell. You don't care, Banisher. Just one more mad master in a madder world.
You've saved our sorry asses, sir. Of that, there's no doubt. You've earned us a rare bit of rest, and that comes most welcome.
You all right, soldier? You look drop dead weary.
The dead don't sleep, do they? And me being asleep won't stop 'em coming.
Can no one take your shift?
We're short-handed as it is. Besides, I can rest and keep watch at the same time. Old soldier trick.
All bullshit aside, what's going on?
What do you care? I have my problems and you have yours, so let me handle myself. I ain't important, and I don't deserve no help. Wasted time helping me anyway.
You heard the man. He wants no help. I see no reason to force it on him. For now, at least.
How are folk doing? Fighting fit?
They're farmers, most of them. Shopkeepers, house servants, hunters. We've one old soldier, but he's sick. Them who stand dead on their feet. Fighting fit, my arse. But we hold against the hordes of the dead. For now, leastways. The fight's not fair, is it?
Life's unfair. Armour up.
Right, I used to think that too. Mind you, I'm not sure there's enough armor left.
Peaceful watch to you. I'd like to help him. Old soldier and all.
All right. Let's start with his billet.
Right. Andrew's things. Where are yous? Banisher Rule 92, by a man's things shall you know him.
I think you've made that one up.
Reward given to a brave soldier. I believe we found Andrew's things.
This is our best lead yet. I wonder if there's an infirmary.
After that, we might look for his train band record.
We need the money.
We have enough. Leave me alone.
Do you think only of yourself?
Because no one else.
Pretty empty armory.
Looks like someone's been living in here.
metal trinket to mark a life of sacrifice. I bet he'd rather have his sleep back.
At least he made it home.
Aye. And he didn't.
Any idea who this ghost might be?
You may know a soldier by his trail of dead. Could be anyone.
Now, Mr. Peabody, I shall drain the first boil. Ready?
Same sodding question every sodding time. No, I'm not damn well ready.
Excellent. Then we'll begin.
Be careful, goddammit! Careful! Ah!
I know. I know.
Years is a long time to live haunted.
White must have a will of iron.
Kept it to himself. Must have been hellish. I'll talk to Andrew. Might perk him up a bit. Should have had your breakfast, friend. Anyway, greetings.
I'm Antea Duarte. This here is Red McWraith. We're Banishers. Now, who are you and what do you want? Are you the ghost haunting Andrew White? Is that a yes or a no? Who are you? This isn't gonna be easy, is it? Mute ghosts take forever.
This is pointless. We're hunting in the dark with no light and no spoor.
First, you have to find out what's keeping him from speaking. Andrew won't be much help. But if our friend here can't tell us what he wants, maybe he can show us. Do you want us to follow you? I think he wants us to follow him. He left stains. Clever. I'll keep an eye out so we don't lose them. Here, we can go on. I'm reminded of one of my first cases. The ghost was mute because the person haunted refused to talk.
So this one is mute because of Andrew?
I don't know. Maybe. He wants us to follow him. Over here. The weak, drawing out the torture the better to enjoy it? Or holding itself back, afraid to feed too much?
If mine had been so kind, maybe I'd have slept nights. I'm jealous.
Don't be. These ones are the worst. Years withering, decades even. It's an awful way to go. I'm right here, you know.
Our friend the ghost could have shown us a safer route.
Or he's just playing with us. He's leading us somewhere. Spectral writing on the wall. See for yourself.
Joshua Gouge, gone too soon.
What's it going to say? Joshua Gouge outstayed his welcome. So Joshua is not here for revenge. He wants us to follow him. This way. Joshua looks kindly on Andrew. What were they to each other?
Brothers in arms, man. You never feel as close to a mate as when you fight by his side. You fight for the man beside you, not for money, not for a king. For your mate.
You have friends from the war. First I've heard of them.
They lost contact. Maybe when this is over, I'll look them up. Most young men are taught to dream of war. And when they get there, they dream of home. They're not busy fighting and dying, that is.
The ghost has something to show us.
There's more of them.
Now would be a good time to speak a few words of power, just to be sure.
An echo whispering to me.
Shite! To arms! To arms! They waylay us!
The right flank! Hold them off!
Josh! Behind you!
Goddamn bastarding cold! Help me!
Joshua! Oh!
Nice to meet you again, Joshua.
You want us to help Andrew White give up his guilt and get on with his life. Am I right?
We know you died fighting by his side. Is that why he feels guilty? Is this why you can't speak? Oh, I've been there. I'll do everything I can to help.
If help we can.
If only these two could talk to each other.
Andrew needs to start talking. As long as he swallows his guilt, nothing will change. There's a wall between these two, and we must knock it down.
I may be able to do that. Andrew failed to save his friend and blames himself for it.
He shouldn't.
Easier said than done. Shame is a queer bird. That shite doesn't wash off.
None of this explains what binds the ghost here.
Good to see you living, sir. Keep it short.
You're not like this, but we must speak of Joshua.
Where did you get that name?
From his ghost. It's important we talk about him. Joshua requests it himself.
He wants to take revenge. I know it.
You're no wrong. He wants to give you freedom. He never blamed you. You blamed yourself.
Why would he not seek revenge? He's due it.
He doesn't see it that way.
I shot him. I was trying to save him and I shot him.
Hold on. How did this happen?
We were skirmishing in the forest. 2 Indian fellas bore down on Joshua. Dropped one, but the other had him cold. I was 20 yards away. I raised my musket, pulled the trigger. Bullet went straight through his skull.
Did you admit it later? I mean, no one would have thought the worst of you. A battle like that, well, shite happens.
Shite happens to shite soldiers. I said nothing. I wanted it over. I want it over. I don't want to live. I want to die. Please. Please. Put me out of my misery.
I am duty-bound to protect the living from the dead. Sometimes, too, from themselves. You can't see it now, but you can learn to live with this. Talk about it. Accept it. You'll come to the point where it stops defining your life and you can set about living in the time you have left.
No. You survived. Now you must live.
Just as you could not speak, Joshua, I don't think he can hear you.
Sorry about this, Andrew. I wish it could have gone better for you.
The war left me injured. The wounds were invisible, but mortal just the same.
Oh shit! They were not mortal! You live! Help him! Andrew, listen to me. Listen to me! Why don't you answer?
I told you, he won't hear it. He's made his choice. Now we make ours. Joshua Gouge, you've lingered in silence for too long. You can go.
If I stay, perhaps he'll listen.
We've done what we can. It's up to Andrew now.
My friend, if only you could hear me. You think you own me, and you don't.
Farewell, Joshua. You've done your duty and more.
Farewell, old friend.
You have been here.
I'm good for nothing after that. Thanks for your help. I'll not forget it.